Storm coverage, meteorologist 𝗠𝗘𝗗𝗟𝗢 live in Blue Falls, New Jersey. First, I want to catch up with meteorologist John Elliott with the First Alert forecast. John, I'm so happy to have you back. Welcome back. We missed you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, so it's a yellow alert day.
Yes.
Gusty wind. So what are the wind speeds right now?
The wind, you can see, I mean, I'll step out of the way. You can see the camera just shaking and baking here. So we've got gusty winds right now. Cindy, it's 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts in the city, 45 in White Plains. Wow, we look out at the east end. And wind is going to be an issue all day. When you factor in the wind, the real feel numbers are in the 20s, so it's cold. We're dry. This is the cloud cover that we're seeing. We're kind of trying to rip it away for the city. So it is going to ultimately be a sunny day. But if we look at some model guidance for what we're anticipating for gusts this afternoon, it's going to stay right around that 40-45 mile per hour gust. So it's going to be blustery and cold all day, mindful of the risk of some trees being knocked down, power outages. But we also have to deal with all of the rain that rolled in over the weekend, and that has resulted in some isolated but still problematic flood warnings, particularly along the Passaic River. And that's where we find meteorologist 𝗠𝗘𝗗𝗟𝗢𝗪. He's in Little Falls, and you're right there by the water. So I know we're going to have great weather later, but what a heartache for these folks along the Passaic. Hi, Tony.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. As you see a vehicle, pickup truck right over there trying to navigate through, it's because the street is completely underwater. I mean, you could see it there. There's a road. There are geese floating on the road just because how high the water is. And you know, it's unfortunate because, you know, even for the homeowners that live here, I mean, you can imagine how much of a headache it is every time that they go through this. And, you know, this is the water obviously spilling from the nearby Passaic. It's completely turned this home into an island, to the point where, you know, you're going down the steps into basically a pond. And, you know, thankfully this particular home is elevated. They've been through this before, but you could look out into the distance and you see just how high the water has come up to that fence over there. And you see the dumpster. I mean, that's halfway underwater as well. And beyond it, there's a parking lot there, the parking lot behind the AMC, and the water just keeps going. Keep in mind, this is minor flooding. Passaic right now at minor flood stage, but several feet above it. I want to show you the situation here as this river is still rising at the moment here. Little Falls, at Singac rising, at Pine Brook at moderate flood stage, may rise a little bit. The other rivers are receding. We should expect the Passaic to recede as we head towards tomorrow, but you just get the idea. Thankfully, it's a drier stretch coming our way. But as we come back to you live, John, you've been talking about the winds. I mean, you could see it here, just how fast the clouds are moving in overhead as this low pressure system, it's a strong one, continues to pull away. We see it up high and we feel it down below. A windy day ahead, John.
Yeah, we're going to try and shred some of that gray away to serve up the sun. Oh, look at the trees dancing. That'll make people feel so much better. And Tony's right, Cindy. We are going to see better weather. In fact, look at that. Thursday, 68, spring fever. I might have it, even though spring is still 8 days away. Easter's 20, Memorial Day 77. Summer's 101 days away, but it's time to plant apples. Today actually is Johnny Appleseed Day. Maybe the kids are talking about it. A real dude who really did plant fruit trees. I like that. The Monday after we changed the clock, this was brought to my attention by my colleague Jeff Orlick here. It's 𝗙𝗪 Day. You know, because he's committed to stapler safety and preparedness. He's in charge of stapler preparedness for the network. Dream 2024 Day, it's all about dreaming big. So if you want to work, here's a dream. World Plumbing Day, get your kids excited about plumbing, or have them become a funeral director and they will make money.
Oh my gosh, this was an interesting day of days.
Thank you, Mr. Orlick.
All right, John, thank you. And let's head to Essex County now, where some areas have been hit hard by flooding. CBS News' Elijah Westbrook joins us live from Fairfield with the look at conditions there. Good morning, Elijah.
Yeah, good morning, Cindy. Well, my goodness, I mean, this area essentially has turned into a river. In fact, all of this you see here behind me is from the Passaic River, which is a little less than a quarter mile away from where we're standing at this hour. So to give you a perspective, this is Lane Road, which intersects with Camp Lane. And Chris, if you pan north, you can see how widespread the flooding is. It's basically surrounding this home here, and then it continues in this wooded area. That's where the Passaic River is, through those trees. Now, here's some fresh video from Mobile 2 showing several inches of water on the ground, possibly close to a foot in some cases, if I had to guess. That's how deep we're talking. I mean, you really feel for some residents who live in these homes who are likely experiencing flooding, especially in the basement. Now, the following roadways are impacted by flooding and are subject to closure at any time. You're looking at Horseneck Road near the Montville border and Route 80 overpass, Commerce Road near Route 8 and 18, and Stewart Place, which is completely shut down to traffic at this time. So certainly a lot to take in for those who live in this neighborhood. Back out here live, and we're learning that the Passaic River could crest at some point today. So of course we are monitoring those conditions and even in this area. But Cindy, in the meantime, let's go ahead and send it back to you live right now from Fairfield, New Jersey.
Elijah, we can hear that wind out there. Thank you.